taking I-40 to Rancho de la Luna. Yeah, I'm excited.
So, you may be asking yourself, why did we come all the way to Joshua Tree, California to record when we have a studio like 30 minutes from our house? And we'll tell you why. Because Rancho de la Luna is a very significant studio, and probably some of your favorite albums, whether you realize it or not, were recorded at this studio. What were
Why'd you throw it at me?
And the Joseph.
So, significant artists, big one, Queens of the Stone Age, Arctic Monkeys, Eagles of Death Metal. I think every one of their records is done here. All the Desert Sessions.
Earthless.
Earth.
PJ Harvey.
Warpaint.
Courtney Barnett was just here. There have been a lot of significant things that have been done here, and things that were very influential to all of us. There's a lot of magic that surrounds this studio just because of the overall ambiance and the atmosphere, the location of being in the middle of nowhere in the desert. And it was honestly just something that we wanted to experience and come out here to where some of our favorite things were done.
Our guy Jeremy that we typically record with had recorded here previously, and so that seemed like a good window to check it out. I mean, he was wanting to go back, and I've always wanted to go there, and I don't know, it just kind of worked out just right to where we could all make this thing happen and experience something really cool and do something outside the box.
I guess our first foray into recording was doing like a live recording, like all being in the same room and getting to take and going in and overdubbing, and that's kind of what we're doing here, but with just such an explosive sound, you know?
Yeah.
Like it's dialed in for live tracking. Like the Desert Sessions were here, you know? That's the quintessential like live tracking kind of thing. But I don't know, it's been really fun to like dial in your sounds and then you play one take and you're like, holy shit, like that's good.
There's a lot more feel and a lot more magic to like recording in a live setting versus each sitting down individually and doing your parts. Like the chemistry isn't really there when you do that. So
we're packed into that little shotgun style room, and like the tempo can sway because we're like all watching each other. It's like really cool. There's a heartbeat in it. I like it.
And they just have so much gear here that it's like insane. So especially like these two are gear nerds, so there's like a lot of experimentation that goes on. It really inspires you to try out new things, try out new pedals, new amps, just to kind of get like a different sound. Especially the studio is very known for big sounds and like really thick songs, which is really what we want to go for. So
I mean, we've barely used, our own instruments at this point, at least me and Cody have. Right. All the amps are in-house. I mean, there's tons and tons of things to pick from, so you can carve out whatever sound really you want to get. Dave offers a lot of really good insight on what sounds good for what, so that's been very cool, because he's been there for everything that's happened here, so a lot of those huge sounds you hear on like the first Queens of the Stone Age album and, Earth and things like that, he knows how that happened, so.
Dave's just a delight.
Yes.
I've been so happy just to like spend time with him and him truly host us with like coffee and food and like you said, suggestions. Like he's like stoked on stuff. It's like really cool just to be like hanging out with somebody that really knows and like loves what they do.
He's super down to earth and just a genuinely like cool person.
Definitely good people, man. Dave is awesome. I've been like super stoked that we got to meet him.
Yeah, it's definitely been like the highlight of being here is just Dave is a great host.
Had a great studio.
Overall, just a really sick experience. And you also might be asking why we opted to drive 2,000 miles and not fly. Well, one, it's a little cheaper to drive because plane tickets for 6 people, like the 4 of us and a couple of significant others, would be very expensive. We would have to buy flight cases for instruments and pedal boards and things like that, which are very expensive. And also, we planned a tour together, so taking that drive was kind of like a good trial run. For one, to make sure that our van can handle it, which so far so good, and to make sure that we don't hate each other and that we can manage being in a car together for so long. And I think that we've passed that test, considering the first day we drove like 15 hours straight. Nobody threw hands, so it was kind of good.
And the Great American Road Trip vibes.
Oh,
super fun.
Yeah, it's not over yet.
It's not over. Like literally at the time that we're recording this intro, we're like only halfway through the trip and we've already seen some really killer things. So this would be reason the next.
Reason the next.
This is reason the next. Insert B-roll. of road trip. Day one was not too exciting, honestly. We just spent most of the day driving. We drove all the way from Alabama to Amarillo, Texas, which is about a 14 to 15 hour drive, especially with there being 6 of us and needing to take multiple stops, grab food, all that sort of stuff. We chose to do that whole drive in one day just because the vast majority of that leg of the trip is very similar to driving through the Southeast. It's very similar terrain. So we just kind of opted to get all of that out of the way in one day so that starting on day 2, things would start to get more exciting. It really wasn't too bad of a drive, to be honest, because there was 4 people that were able to swap out driving. So nobody was really having to drive for a super long time, and there's actually plenty of room in the van to stretch out, so when you're not driving, you could kind of lay down, take a nap, read a book, whatever. So it really went by pretty quickly. We took I-40, so that took us all the way through Mississippi, Memphis, so the edge of Tennessee, all the way through Arkansas, Oklahoma, and then into Texas. So it was quite the haul. Good morning, guys. It is day 2, and we are hitting up the Cadillac Ranch as our first stop, leaving Amarillo, Texas. We met some nice folks that let us use their spray paint, and it's really, really cold out here. So we're hiding in the van again while Cody and Dalton tag the wall out here. But yeah, we're about to hop back on the road and head towards Flagstaff. It's kind of hard to tell, but those little black dots out there are cows, and those windmills are just massive. So we are currently on the west side of Amarillo off of I-40. Our plan for today basically is to make it to Flagstaff and stay there tonight. We already hit the Cadillac Ranch, which was going to be one of our pit stops for today. And then other than that, today is going to be a much shorter drive than what we did yesterday because it's only going to be about an 8-hour drive from here to Flagstaff, Arizona. So we're planning to hopefully get there, it still be daylight, and then get to actually explore a little bit and chill out. So. Look like not Texas.
You know what I'm sick and tired of hearing? I'm sick and tired of having to eke my way through life. I'm sick and tired of being a nobody. But most of all, I'm sick and tired of having nobody.
How's everybody feeling about the Southwest so far?
Way better than the Southeast.
Yeah, I'm loving it.
I enjoy the Southwest very much because I think that it's bright and there's more colors out here and you're closer to the sun.
We like the Southwest, it's cool. Ah! The Southwest is cool. Today on the way to Flagstaff, we were kind of taking our time. We were taking a lot of pit stops. We stopped off in Albuquerque, New Mexico for a little bit and got some lunch and kind of explored a little bit. And so we decided we want to get to Flagstaff before it was super late. So we decided to go ahead and head here, and that's where I'm at currently, is in Flagstaff. So we're gonna hang out here for tonight, and then tomorrow we are gonna hit the Grand Canyon. And I'm actually super stoked because we have a normal hotel tonight. It's just, you know, pretty standard, but last night we stayed in a very sketchy room. Like, we were like, we're gonna save some money and get like a really cheap room. Boy, did we. Good morning. It is day 3, and we are currently headed to the south rim of the Grand Canyon, and we're gonna explore there today and kind of hang out and see where the rest of the day takes us. We are currently doing pretty good on time as far as like making it out to Joshua Tree by tomorrow. So we may either come back to Flagstaff and stay there again tonight, or we may carry on and make part of the way to Joshua Tree and maybe hit up LA tomorrow. We're just kind of playing it by ear at this point. We will see you at the Grand Canyon. The life of a rock star, doing your makeup in the Snapchat camera. Gracie sunscreen. We've officially made it to the Grand Canyon, y'all.
truly is a Grand Canyon.
So we are exploring the Grand Canyon. We're on our second stop. Good morning, it is day 4 and we are in Joshua Tree, California. We actually made it here last night. We hit the Grand Canyon yesterday and a pretty cool thing happened. Joseph and myself got engaged at the Grand Canyon, so it was kind of cool. Yeah. But then we decided to go ahead and come to our Airbnb here in Joshua Tree, and that's where we're at now, and we stayed last night. It's very cool. We have some nice amenities here. We got a hot tub and some hammocks, and then today we are going to be hitting up the swap meet here in Joshua Tree, which we are really excited about. It's a really almost flea markety thing, I do believe. So we're just going to explore. It's going to be cool. This bad boy looks like a tree. Hey guys, so we actually ended up spending most of today just exploring Joshua Tree. We didn't end up hitting the national park just because we ended up spending a lot of time at the swap meet. We actually found some really cool treats there. After going there and exploring for a few hours, we hit the main strip in Joshua Tree, and there were a couple of other markets going on, so we explored there and ended up hitting a cool pop-up bar and got some pizza. And now we're back at the B&B, and we're just gonna kind of chill the rest of the evening because we do have a Q&A that we're going to be doing for Magic City Underground, which is a music review blog basically from where we're located. So we're going to be doing that Q&A later. So
Hi.
what are we doing today, buddy?
What are we doing today? We are going to the studio.
What studio is that?
Someplace, it's pretty small, Rancho de la Luna.
Oh, never heard of it.
Yeah, it's just
Yeah.
not too much of a thing. So,
Yeah.
you know, we're gonna go track some songs.
Drop of butter coming around in this pan.
Papa Cody's over here cooking us some breakfast. Got some butter going.
Oh yeah.
It's my favorite breakfast food. Alright, we are almost to Rancho de la Luna, our first day of recording, and we're all pretty nervous, I think, so. Not Cody. Cody's good. He's great.
Yeah, big strong boy.
Big strong boy. We got Dalton back here, very backlit, you know, perfect.
One such ranch up the moon.
Yes.
So honestly, we didn't really do a lot of quote-unquote vlogging while we were at the studio, mostly because we were all just having a fabulous time. So we were just kind of in the moment and just spending a lot of time exploring the studio, experimenting with equipment, and just all around just taking it in. It was such a phenomenal atmosphere there that really we weren't thinking about much except for just being in the moment. The first day we did actually end up spending a lot of time just setting up and making sure that our levels were correct and making sure all the mics were working correctly, and Jeremy, one of our producers, was just making sure that all of his equipment was set up right. So we didn't end up doing a whole ton of tracking the first day, but we mostly did get to explore the studio, hang out with Dave Ketching, had some incredible Thai food, and hung out with Chunk. So it was honestly a fabulous introduction. So today is going to be our second day at the studio in Rancho de la Luna. Yesterday, we spent a lot of time setting up and getting everything dialed in, and then we actually tracked a full song, but it's amazing. Like, everything we all hoped for, plus so much more. Like, the amount of gear there is absolutely insane. Just the overall atmosphere is very cool. Dave Ketching, the owner of the studio, phenomenal human being, so giving, so cool. His dog Chunk is awesome. We love Chunk. So honestly, we're super excited to see what all we get done today. Hey, you guys want to tell me your thoughts? Day one at Rancho de la Luna.
Dave's general vibe on everything.
Very cool. I don't know, it was better than you could expect. I expected it to be cool, but like nothing could really prepare you for, I guess, what you're walking into. It's just an incredible experience. So I look forward to more.
Yeah, so overall, fantastic first experience. Just like everything about it is perfect and really definitely get the appeal that surrounds the place. Today we're going into day two and we're hoping to tackle the rest of our songs and hopefully get like a good foundation of those done so that we can like go in and start playing around with stuff. So it's gonna be a good time.
There's so much just to feast your eyes on in here.
I know,
Like, really
for
cool.
real.
Back home, you'd think it was a junkyard, and out here, it's art.
Well, we are leaving Joshua Tree today, and we're all very sad. At least I think so.
Yeah, no, it's sad.
The studio was beyond anything that we could have hoped for, so super excited to hear how the songs turn out. And I think that we're actually gonna hit up the national park today for a little bit, maybe, and then head on to Vegas, win the big bucks. We are at Keys View in Joshua Tree National Park, and it's pretty sick, It's kind of hard to tell, but that is the Salton Sea out there. Palm Springs is out here, and Joseph is right here. Welcome to Vegas, baby!
We're at the Grand Canyon.
Hoover Dam, I think.
We're at the Hoover Dam.
One of those two places. It's a big hole in the ground.
We've all seen
Beavis and Butthead Do America. That's kind of what we're modeling this road trip after.
Yeah, yeah, big fans. See if Hoover really built it.
Because there's this really scary hole in the ground. Can't see the bottom of it. It's really, really cool. We are at the top of the Hoover Dam now, walking across. One side we have Arizona, and over here we are in Nevada. Well, our trip is officially coming to a close, I guess. We're leaving Flagstaff today and making our way home, hopefully to be home tomorrow night. This is the not super exciting part of the trip, but it's been a lovely trip. We've had a great time, so thanks. Bye, guys. Go.